Zach.
Who's
Hey everybody, welcome to welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday night. How about that day today, huh? Not bad, huh? Usually I come on here and I say it's a beautiful day and people go, why don't you just shut up, man? It's been raining all day. But that was yesterday and we needed the rain because it's better than snow. And I know some places where they're getting snow and I'd rather have rain. So thank you for joining the show. For the next 2 hours, we are going to have fun. We're going to be crazy. We're going to do all kinds of weird stuff where you go, oh my God, they're allowed to do that on the radio. Yeah, we can because we're sponsored. And you know, that's how it works. We have been on this here airwaves with this particular show for 9 years. I have been here for 24 and have had a Saturday show 23 out of 24. There was 1 year that we don't talk about. But, you know, anyway, what we do talk about, we talk about pop music. And we're going to get to that in just a minute. Let me just hang on. On today's show, we are talking about our second round of our brackets. We are also going to be talking about Dune 2. Cameron and I went to see that yesterday. We'll give you a review of that. We were going to do KFC taste test, but almost every KFC around here has been closed down. So we couldn't find one.
Were they actually closed down, or are they?
It says closed permanently if you look on the thing. But there is one in Simpsonville, but we got a late start today, and Odie wouldn't have been able to make it there in time. We've got a oops that's just creepy. We are picking AEW Revolution, which is a pay-per-view that happens tomorrow, and the loser gets to be the first to feel the new gun, the new Nerf gun. And I sent pictures to all the guys when I purchased it, and it's nice. Cameron has seen it shot. And it's
got some oomph to it.
It does. And you know what? You know, when you buy a Nerf gun, you get a pack of Nerf bullets. Mm-hmm. It came with 2.
Okay.
All of them fit on the ring.
Okay.
Every single one of them.
It's a very large ring.
And the ring it just goes. And it's pump action. So you can make that ring thing move faster than a clock. Faster than when you need it to. Why are you scared?
I ain't scared. Okay. I will look that Nerf gun in the face and I will say, bring it, ring boy.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you won't. Anybody but me.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, all right. So the other voice you hear right there, that is Odie.
Hello.
And Cameron's over there.
Why, hello there.
He is back this week after a hiatus. And Matthew's on his way. He had a late dinner and probably gonna get mad at me for saying, but he had a late dinner. That's okay. I mean, sometimes we get held up, and he got held up. We had a wonderful dinner, and a shout out to the listeners that come up and said, "Hey."
Yeah, they said hey to us.
Yeah, as they went by. That's the acceptable amount of hey that I need. I don't need the lingering going, "Hey, what you eating?" I'm not saying they were like that.
No, I really appreciate you not lingering.
Yeah, there are some people who've just come up and watched me eat.
It was lovely.
And my daughter's like, well, you were really rude to them. It's like, my food just came out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what do you say? It's nice to meet you. And you just stand there and just smiling. Like, thank you.
I'm just going to watch you eat your food because you're a celebrity.
I got to say,
I should ask if they want a bite, but not the people today. They were really nice. They went on by. I don't want them to think we're talking about them.
There's a friend of mine who wanted to come by and say hi to you. And he was very quick. He was very sincere. And then he left. And then I just remember you looking at me just going like, I like him. He didn't linger.
Yeah, and it's not because of that. I would love to have lengthy, wonderful conversation with everyone, but my mind goes blank. And then, you know, that just happens. If you want to be a part of the show, text line is 71307, or if you're across the pond, 71307. It's still a 0, not an O. O is a letter. 0 is a number.
If they're across the pond, we've talked about this, they can't text the show.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, you can pretend. You can text it. We just won't get it.
And we just don't know where it's going to go.
All right.
It could be,
but you know what you could do?
Yeah.
If you're in Europe and those parts over there, or in Ireland or Mexico, you could actually get us on stream, because we are live and you can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or the X at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. What do you want? You want to talk about pop music?
So when we say you can get us on the stream, now we have to be fair to some people, because I had a very good friend of mine who says, you know, I went down to the stream there now, the stream down the back of the yard, and I couldn't see you at all. Yeah, I thought you were in America. And I says, no, I am in America. It's the stream on the internet. He goes, oh, sure, I wouldn't go near that joke at all. It'll bite me.
All right, probably. So stream in Ireland, is that like a creek?
It would be like a creek.
Okay, all right,
yeah.
All right.
Be coming off one of the major rivers. It would be a tributary.
Ooh.
Of the. I said, do you like that word?
How deep would it be?
Tributary.
About as deep as your love.
Okay.
Well, for me, that's pretty shallow.
It's pretty deep. You know, it definitely is. We're going to be full of lyrics.
I
tonight,
really need to know exactly.
Do you? I enjoy the Bee Gees reference.
Do you think there'll be a message in the bottle in the tributary?
Yeah, but that's what I was singing.
It's just
earlier.
a castaway. It's like an island lost at sea. Oh,
yes.
You
know what?
No, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. We all know the song "Pop Music." It goes.
No, we all don't know that song.
A lot of people know the song.
All right, people who are older know the song.
The lyrics.
You guys know the song.
Cameron doesn't know the song.
Well, some of the lyrics are New York, Paris, London, Munich. Everybody's talking about pop music.
No, everybody's talking about pop music.
No, there's no
Talk about pop music.
No,
I'm telling you,
it's not an He's struggling. That's all it is.
There is an in there. There just because they didn't write. How do you write out in a lyric? You could do that, and
that's the only way you could do it.
Yeah. Well, no, probably OOOM.
So my beautiful people that are right.
You're beautiful people.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson, the beautiful people.
I was going to go,
okay. That know I'm right. You can text in on 71307, and you can just say Odie, and we'll know.
There's this thing we could do. You can go to Audio Finder. You can look up the song and see if we actually have it. You could play it not on stream, but on the radio for a brief amount of time, and maybe Germany will get us again. I don't know. But we've been flagged. Been flagged by Germany on the Rob Brown show all week. We've been flagged by two territories. They're not saying the territories, but the music supposedly is German. So shout out to the Americans in German. Everyone else I got two words for you. Think DX. Anyway.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking up.
Are you looking it up?
Music,
you're looking it up? Okay. All right. So we see, this is an argument we're having right before we go on the air, and Odie is wrong. And he's going to say, you know what, Lonzo, you were right. And you are the expert on all things 80s music.
Sorry, I'm just too busy finding stuff here at the minute.
It probably is not even on there. So on today's show, well, you know what I got time to do? I got time to plug South Carolina Comic-Con, which you need to go to. It is coming up next month. We are like a month away from Comic-Con, and they just announced.
Sorry.
You can't. Well, actually, I don't think we can do that. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
We can.
Well, yeah, but if you mute me, it means they won't be able to hear it on the stream. Okay. They won't be able to hear it on the stream. But they can't hear anything on the stream now. So undo it, and we'll check it out in the commercial.
Undone. Yeah, we'll do it in commercial.
Yeah, we'll have to do it. We have some setbacks sometimes. Chris wants to know, Odie, are you king of the island?
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
My island.
It is your island. Okay.
It's like the guy in Braveheart said. He said, "I am the most wanted man on my island."
There you go.
More is a pity I am not on my island.
Oh no. South Carolina Comic-Con, by the way, they just announced that Baby, which is the vehicle that Sam and Dean drove in Supernatural all those years. It's a replica, but still, if you want to get your picture taken with Baby, you can come to South Carolina Comic-Con. I am so looking forward to that. I usually don't get my pic. The only picture I ever took was after the female Ghostbusters came out, and Angry Zach was very angry about it. He was taking pictures, but he made the mistake of standing near the Ghostbusters vehicle, and so I took a picture of him.
With the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, he was not. It made him angry.
Go figure.
I was like, dude, you should have known I was going to do that. I kept waiting. I was trying to find the right angle to make sure I got the vehicle in there with him. And that's
if the out of time vehicle was there, then I'd be.
Are you talking about the DeLorean?
Yes.
I don't think the DeLorean's been there. The Batmobile's been there a couple times.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Both
Multiple.
of them. Yeah. Oh well, no, there's more than two. The classic one with
Adam West.
Yeah. And then I think it was the
Michael Keatingstein.
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
I need a minute.
By the way, Viper Dave wants to know if we've seen the live action Avatar. We've only watched one episode of it, but yes, we've watched one episode, and then we got really busy.
A lot of text coming in on 71307. Yes, my tribal chief. Not too sure who he's referring to. Probably you, because you have
acknowledge me.
You have a tribal.
Thank you for acknowledging me. I appreciate it.
What does that make me in this scenario?
By the way, The Rock acknowledged him last night.
Did he?
Yes, it was unsettling.
Are you the tribal younger? Because he's the tribal elder.
Well, I think in this case you're Paul Heyman.
I don't know where that would put that. I don't know where that would put that in. I listen to the Pulse every show. Can I be your wise man? That's the same person that was looking for a tribal chief, so I'm not too sure. Somebody said there's a police reference. Yes. Another person said 99 left balloons. I think they were trying to put 99 Luft
No,
balloons.
they're since we're talking about Germany.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I wasn't playing 99 Luft balloons. And if I was, I would play the English version. Because I like how she says Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk, by the way, is played by William Shatner, and William Shatner is going to be at South Carolina Comic-Con.
And then the final text of this segment is Odie, the king who can't shoot, which is a reference to the IDPA match that I was shooting in today. And I would imagine that's from a friend of mine called Daniel. And Daniel, I'll just say, you bet me once in about 7 years. Good luck, buddy. I had to get it in there.
Wow.
Well, that was a dig. That was a dig.
On whose part? His or yours?
Yes.
Well, you didn't notice Matthew walking in?
No, I saw Matthew walking in, but then the fact that he starts pulling wires from around me, I'm like,
oh, you thought it was a snake. You thought it was a snake.
I thought that was a snake.
What's a daggum rattler? Where's my shooting arm? All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get to the second round of the bracket. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
We love our early 2010s references that I don't even remember anymore. Aside from the action.
You're so brand new, Matthew.
Stop with that.
We just learned that. I don't care if it's we just learned that on the Rob Brown show. You brand new.
It doesn't need to be brought here.
You're just brand new. Yeah, it needs to be brought everywhere. I need to show that I'm hip and I'm down with the children's. Yeah.
My favorite at the minute is.
Are you sure turtles don't have knees?
I don't know.
I feel like they might.
No, I think it's just like.
They're just nubs.
I don't think turtles have knees.
I feel like that.
Turtles have knees.
Right.
Matthew, you're a news guy. The turtles have knees.
Coming up, turtles have knees.
I don't know because they have the joints, but I don't know if they have like actual knees.
Okay, because
joints.
Ixie Fade on Facebook says
what constitutes a knee?
Joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, technically, wouldn't an elbow be a knee?
Well, a snake doesn't have a knee.
It's like an actual
any paws.
Yeah, because it's actually like
It's essentially a padding thing.
So in that case, they might not.
Yeah, well, then I've got a lot of knees.
Because they don't really, because there's no real bend there.
Yeah, you're right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles may have knees. They have knee pads. That doesn't mean those are knees, though. I guess they have knees.
But what's on?
But they're also mutants.
Look to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for turtle anatomy.
Yeah, but because they're mutants.
Well,
so
I mean,
they're mutated. They're mutated. They're humanoid, which would give them knees.
So what you're saying is turtles don't love pizza?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, a turtle is probably going to eat anything you throw in front of it. But
will it? I don't know.
Especially
should they eat it? Probably not.
Would it eat roadkill?
Probably.
No, I mean, like,
that would be interesting.
They're
disgusting.
Not omnivores or carnivores, so they're not going to eat meat.
Well, then they won't eat everything, then, right? Sorry, I got that out of the way. I'm done.
Why'd you do that with that kind of?
Yeah,
you could try and feed it to them, but they wouldn't be able to
to
chew it, and they would probably make them sick.
Snappers eat meat, according to Viper Dave.
Everybody eats meat.
Okay,
yeah.
Some turtles do, I guess.
Which would make sense. That's probably why their beaks. I guess they're beaks or sharp.
Yeah.
So they could tear into the meat. They eat Odie's shoulder. because that would be where they if they're gonna
Yeah,
if they're gonna
that's-
start if they're gonna bite Odie, it's gonna be in the shoulder
Why the shoulder?
because you'll be languishing on the beach and it
Oh,
will
okay.
sneak you like that cord did. Or
I like the fact you said languishing on the beach instead of
Languaging.
I sometimes forget that
Lounging.
my vocabulary is not supposed to be what what's in
you're breaking character.
Yeah, but
Kayfabe.
last
Dad.
week I know last week I tried some words and in my mind I could pronounce them correctly, but my vocals did
my
not.
tongue was not quite
No,
as
it betrayed
articulate
me.
as my
What
mind.
was that word?
What word? Languishing?
No,
What?
the one that I couldn't remember last week. Twitter baiting. That's it. Twitter baiting.
Twitter baiting?
Yeah.
It was Twitter pating.
Twitter baiting. Twitter baiting. Twitter baiting.
Instead of
Articulation.
Hey,
Twitter
Steven,
pating
what's up,
was
man?
Bambi when Bambi got. He had notions.
If you got them notions,
Who had notions?
Thumper and Bambi. They had
Oh,
notions.
they got notions.
They got Twitter pated.
Yeah, when you get them notions,
Send me the StreamYard link.
They got man. Yeah.
I feel lost. What is this?
California
Twitter
psychics
thing?
knew that he needed the link, and you didn't because you're not a California psychic.
California love.
Also, hi, Steve.
They don't have rap music in Ireland, do they?
We do, but we call it rap music.
Oh, okay, yeah, because that sounded different than. So you have to
So
roll
do
your
you-
R's.
Hard R.
I
Do you-
can't roll my R's.
Do you do
so-
it in a petticoat? Never mind.
There will be no hard R's here.
Okay. Well, I'm the only one. I can't. I'll just
you
for
not
you.
roll?
you
Can you
usually
not
do
roll
hard
yours?
R's.
I can't. My palate's too high. You,
Oh.
need, you need a lower palate to roll your R's. Yes.
I'm sorry. I did that to you. Apologize. I need to be less of the weapon that I am.
Oh, jeez.
You set yourself up for it.
Never has a hard R
Where's
dropped from
Where's
the
Matthew?
dome. Waiting on the StreamYard link.
Where he is? That is new music. Did you do that?
That's Jackhammer.
Okay. All right.
No, that was in it. That's one of
Yeah.
your ones.
It's been a
been a minute.
while
It's been a
since
minute.
since I put new music in. I
Sounds
have
very
to,
actiony.
have to get on it. Yeah. Well, it sounds very very angry club. Like when you're aggressively coming up on that girl who's wearing all black in the German club. There, I said German. Go ahead and flag me, Germany. Anyway, what?
Oh, das ist gut.
Yes, it is.
Das ist nicht gut.
No,
No,
nicht
it's
gut.
good. It's
I said nicht
not
gut.
not
No,
good. It's good.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so should I make here? Let me switch this. Me and Cameron can't be on the same side.
That's why.
Yeah, we can't. It's weird.
It's
yeah.
in it's in the
Oh,
contract.
No. You're not even getting
Yeah.
away with that. No.
Yeah, it's
Not
a-
even
I mean,
getting away with
he hasn't been here in a while.
I don't care. He's not getting away with it
Yeah.
tonight. Definitely.
It's all right.
I sit down and I'm immediately getting
Oh.
lambasted. How dare?
Well, you see, I said some words last week,
He did.
and my words led to me getting innubilated. So
Yeah.
therefore, I'm on a noob mission tonight.
Okay. All
Were
right.
those the type of words that were particularly
Oh, the
not
words-
made it onto the air?
No, I made it onto the air, but it's the words. Was it reap what you shall sow?
He hadn't been noobed in a while, and he was bragging about it. And you know what happens when you do that.
Oh yeah,
Well,
you're setting
there's a-
yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
There's a phrase from a certain count that I know is like twice the pride, double the fall.
And here's the thing: it was just me and him here
ah.
last week, so there are less chances of distraction.
Yes, but you know what happened
Yeah.
last week? We ended up getting into a conversation just as we went into the break, and I won't say it became heated, but it became a very entertaining conversation. And then all of a sudden, something happened, something else didn't happen, and then something else happened once we came back from the something else.
Well, it's you could say that maybe I distracted you on purpose,
Oh no, I
but I
will
did
say,
not. I
100%
listen,
will say.
I am not smart enough nor clever enough to do that sort of thing to set someone up for a fall just so I could laugh at it. I would never do such a thing.
I would.
I did not have.
Matthew would.
I did not.
You know,
do
I
that.
believe Bugs Bunny over there in the corner.
Yes. All right. So,
What's up, Jack?
all right. It is time. We're
Jerry
not
James
unleashing
Walker.
Pappy ever. it is time for us.
Release me!
Yes. Are you going to sing a Wilson Phillips song?
Well, I was going to sing Unchained My Love, but
There's a reference only me and know what he got. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Moving swiftly on.
yeah. What, you didn't like Wilson Phillips? It's not bad for a second generation group.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it was Brian Wilson's daughter and China Phillips's daughter, and or was it Carney? Yeah, Carney, and I forget what the other. I just remember Carney because she was the large one. We're going to get into our brackets. Here's how this works. All right, this is our 9th year of doing brackets, and we are going to crown the best sidekick in comic books /animated films. We are into our second round. This will get quicker. We'll take up less time as we go. Hopefully, we'll see how much we get to tonight. So if there's a tie, because there are 4 of us, and finally there are 4 of us, and so there can actually be a tie without having to look at sheets of paper. You would text us 71307 when we gave you a countdown to tell us the one that should go through.
What you want to do is you want to be like my wife. When I do something stupid, you put 9-1 into your phone already and just get ready to press the last one, because that's how quick you got to get your text message into us.
Or even quicker. And here's the thing. If yours doesn't go through it, maybe it wasn't that you're not faster. It could be that your service isn't as fast as someone else's. I'm just saying, I don't know. It's just a possibility. All right.
Yes, there is some
I
services.
just want to say,
since
I wasn't here last week, so I missed the second round or the second half of the first round. I'm pretty actually happy with most of the victories, but I am very sad to see Aqualad lose as a fan of Young Justice, because Aqualad was one of my favorite characters.
Who did Aqualad lose to?
Kate Bishop.
She's the Green Lanterns or the Green Arrows.
No.
Green
friend.
Arrows.
Yeah.
No.
That's why she
It's
lost.
Hawkeye.
Okay, yeah.
It's all the same. They shoot bows, just like Odie does. Show your arm again. Look at it. There it is. Arrows on his arm, ladies and gentlemen. You know how you can see the arrows on his arm? Go to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or the X at either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. All right, let us get to this thing. Our first matchup in the second round is Barney Rubble versus Bob. So Barney Rubble is he's Fred Flintstone's ride or die. He's the guy. I mean, he's shorter. He can help his car go faster. He will cover him in all things. I believe they don't. Eventually, they work at the same place. I don't think they worked at the same place in the beginning. They both have hot wives who hang out together. I mean, because Betty and Wilma. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but Betty was portrayed by Rosie O'Donnell. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, we're not talking about the movie. We're not talking about the movie. We're talking about the cartoon.
Yeah, but
so
it
Barney
extends
Rubble is going up against Bob from who's that guy? That Ryan Reynolds guy does a thing, but in the comic books,
Captain Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah, that's it. So Deadpool. Bob is from Deadpool. Bob used to be an agent of Hydra. And he was converted. So Cameron, who you got? Barney Rubble or Bob?
You know, I'll have to go for my boy Bob. Because he started off as this nameless henchman. He rose up against what he was stuck in and was, helping out one of the greatest superheroes of all time, Deadpool, who's never done a bad thing in his entire life.
Okay.
Well.
Really quick, Dave, Viper Dave on the stream says, I can't pick Barney Rubble for one reason. Laugh track. You can't do an animated film in front of a live audience. Well, I guess you can. You can have a viewing of it, but I mean, come on.
Do you know they're all dead?
The
laugh tracks that are used in now are of a dead audience. They are from the 60s.
Okay. All right. Way to get morbid there.
So it's a chorus of the dead that are laughing.
Okay.
At
All right. Fine. A chorus of the dead. This is, we're talking about Barney Rubble. You guys are talking about chorus of the dead. Odie, who you got?
I am going to go with Mr. Trouble, Barney Rubble.
All right, Matthew, who do you got?
I'm right there with you, all the way with Barney Rubble.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Barney Rubble
Not a fan
goes
of
through
Bob?
because I am also going with Barney Rubble. I mean,
It too, Brute?
here's the thing.
I
Barney.
spent a lot of time watching Boomerang as a kid.
Yeah,
All
name
right, that's
another sidekick for Fred Flintstone.
Nope, but Barney is
that's his guy right there.
Oh, yeah.
Dino?
Deadpool had a bunch. Dino's a dog. So I mean, it's not really your sidekick; it's his pet.
What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? Seeing as you talked about Boomerang.
An
This is
Australian without a passport?
Nah, you got a boomerang don't come back. It's called a stick, mate.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Gazoo wasn't really a sidekick. He was kind of a villain in a way. All right, the next matchup is Krillin from Dragon Ball Z going up against Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. Matthew, why don't you tell us about this matchup?
Well, I think that the most that we can say about this matchup is that the Brain would say, "Do you know what I'm thinking, Pinky?" And Pinky would say, "Yeah, Brain, but I don't know where we're going to find a stink bomb smelling enough to affect a guy with no nose." And with that in mind, I feel like there's really only one way that it can go, and that's Krillin, because he can't lose when he's got no nose to be affected by that stink bomb they were planning.
All right.
So what you're saying is a nose is just a structural weakness?
It can be.
True.
Yeah,
like how windows are for the Geth?
Why do we have 5 senses when 4 do trick good?
Yeah, and they do even more when you don't have that fifth. So Matthew is going with Krillin. Cameron, who you got?
I'm also going to go with Krillin.
Wow. So Odie, who you got?
Odie is going to go with the friend of Brain, Mr. Pinky.
All right. So if I was doing that thing where I make a tie, I can make a tie right now, but I got to tell you, Krillin is my favorite character from Dragon Ball Z. So I'm not going against Krillin. Krillin goes through. Sorry. We'll get some ties eventually.
I would have been happy with either one going.
Yeah, me
both
too.
great.
Yeah.
I hate that matchup happened, but we're going to have matchups like that coming up. All right. The next matchup is Batgirl versus Launchpad McQuack. Tell us about this matchup, Cameron.
Well, you have a student and protege of the Batman versus the daring Launchpad McQuack, a freelancing pilot. Now, I will say as far as skills go, Batgirl has him edged out with her hacking or martial arts and all that, but Launchpad McQuack has a really nice biplane.
He does. He's very good with the flying of the biplane.
Then he goes on all sorts of fun classic adventures.
Has to deal with annoying voices.
I don't know what that feels like.
Me neither. All right. So who you got?
I think I'm going to go with Batgirl.
All right. Odie.
I am going to go with Launchpad.
Wow. Launchpad.
Yeah, I'm going to put a Launchpad right there.
I am going to go with the best real redhead or fake redhead, depending on what you're looking at. That would be Batgirl.
Launchpad was a redhead too.
Launchpad actually was a redhead.
So, but Batgirl would be the best redhead.
Okay, go on.
So what I said is still not wrong. Matthew, who you got?
It's still valid.
Batgirl or Launchpad?
I gotta go with Batgirl.
Okay, so Batgirl goes through. We are going to continue with this.
I was about to say, pick your ginger.
When we get back, wouldn't that be heaven? You are
ginger,
listening. You're listening to
West
the Upstate
Virginia?
Pulse, right? Almost heaven,
Right,
right
Mama.
here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Come on, Dave. Did you expect Launchpad to beat Batgirl? I mean, come on. Odie did.
Oh gosh.
Who knows? We might get through the entire second round.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's possible. Lies.
Who put down lies?
Dave, I don't know who lied, but
Probably me. What did I say?
Well, whatever it was, it wasn't
you
truthful.
said that pop music was not in that song. That's what you said.
We're
We're coming back to that. When the show is over, we're listening to that entire song.
No, we're not.
And all it has to do is say it once, and I'm right.
Is my hair extra poofy today?
It is now.
I feel like
Yeah,
it
You
is.
look like look like Frankie.
I do.
Way to go.
Yeah. Let's get down to Speedos, baby.
You go sell. I hope that dude's there again this year,
Oh yeah.
just to see if he's aged any at all. I mean,
he
that,
probably has by exactly 1 year.
yeah, but I mean, will we be able to tell? Has he
Like-
grown anywhere in girth?
As he firmed up.
Yeah, or has he taken care of himself? I mean, you know.
I'm gonna blast out that before we do much else.
Mark said, I said it on text,
Text line.
and I'll say it again here.
When you
Pinky
say
was
I'm gonna
robbed.
blast that out, I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have gas? I mean, you're gonna blast it out. I mean, I don't know.
Sorry, Mark. We were all very torn on that. I personally was. Because all of us love Pinky. All of us love Krillin. Except for Odie.
Hold on. No.
Odie doesn't know who Krillin is.
I know who he is.
Do you?
No.
Well, did you know that the voice of Krillin is Sonny Strait? Did you know that he's going to be at South Carolina Comic-Con? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you also know that Krillin has no nose and is married to a robot and had a child with the robot?
How does he smell?
Cyborg, thank you very much.
Yes.
How does
Don't use your facts to confuse the bit.
Did Pinky ever die for the brain? I don't know. Maybe. He might have. But then he was resuscitated because the brain was very smart.
You know what they say, Pinky the Brain, one is a genius, the other's insane?
Yes.
We never found out which one was which.
Yeah, but when they do the theme song, when there's one is a genius, they show brain, and then they show Pinky when they say it.
Right.
But in the technicality,
I mean, but you're right.
the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting
a different
which is
result.
what brain does. Yeah,
But-
that's a good point. That's a very good point.
But
And
they
Pinky
say
is shown to
Pinky
be-
and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. So Pinky,
Oh, so
was
according to
actually-
order of song,
yeah,
That
an
would-
order of song
Hmm.
is king. One is a genius,
Bro.
the other's insane.
But is it in order to represent what they are, or is it because of the
100%.
rhyming scheme?
No, it's 100%.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Yes,
Goes
we will.
the
I'm just
brain
after telling
and
you.
Pinky, the brain and Pinky.
One has
I don't
face.
like
A
Red
red
that.
nose and the other is
Stinky.
stinky. There we go. We could do it. It works. That is
They're
still-
laboratory mice.
Yeah, but you can leave that part.
They
the
think
same.
cheese is nice. They're pinky. They're pinky.
No,
and
no,
the
no,
stink-
no, no, so
oh,
you
no,
went back to it.
brainy. They're brainy.
The
and
brain
the stink,
and
stink,
the pinky,
pink,
pinky, pinky, pinky.
That fell apart.
It just
No, I brought it back.
And
And
together
now
at
you've
the end. That's
given
what I do.
Matthew the hiccups. How dare you?
How
no.
dare.
Oh. That's the worst than coughing is hiccups because you can hit the cough button
can't
when
hit
you're
the
coughing. You
hiccup
can't do that for hiccups because you don't know when they're coming.
Was the cough button only for coughing?
Yeah, it's written that way usually.
So if you sneeze, you can't use the cough button.
No, you can't. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Odie, Cameron, and Matthew here if you want to be a part of the show. Text line is 713 or tree 07.
tree. Texter says, Bob, the agent of Hydra, with all the abuse he takes from Deadpool, he has earned it. Apparently, Pinky was robbed. If it has wings, Launchpad can crash it. I can't believe y'all went against the Narf. We didn't, y'all, because I chose El Pinkenstein, and we've got more to come in.
Why
but
German again, man? I mean, you're egging them on.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just saying, come on, Germany.
Ich
What you
liebe
got?
es in Deutschland.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, if we can't heckle Germany, who can we heckle?
That's a good point. Clinton. we can heckle them.
Who?
All right.
Clinton.
Clinton.
Yeah, it's Clinton.
Wait, did he say that at some point?
No. It's
Oh.
you said who can we heckle? We can heckle them.
Oh, we can heckle Clinton.
We can also heckle Pickens County, but I'm staying away from that because
We can also heckle Ireland because they're all asleep.
not all of them. Hopefully, some of them are listening.
Some of them are. If not, they'll be listening back on the Listen Back feature.
All right. Yeah.
Especially you, Cork.
It's called Rewind, or you can check us out on the 98.9 WORD page, the
Website, later.
Yeah, and you can find us there. Yeah, you can do that. All right, let's continue with our bracket. One more in the left bottom region, whatever that would be called.
The southwest corner.
Yeah, let's go with that. It is a monkey versus a donkey, and it is Abu from Aladdin. There he is, Abu from Aladdin, who definitely is his sidekick, his guy that's always there for him, everything for Aladdin, going up against Donkey, who is Shrek's sidekick, whether he wants him to be or not. But without a doubt, he is. And Odie,
Yes.
what do you think about this matchup?
Well, it's a matchup of the animals. And as we all know, animals are humans' best animals because they're animals, of course.
Welcome to Mutual of Omaha
And you-
Wild Kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've got a monkey, and I mean, who doesn't love a monkey? Everybody loves a good monkey.
Someone who just got their face torn off by a monkey probably doesn't like the monkey.
You know, I mean, these are merely semantics. And then you've got a donkey, and I mean, if he's got 3 legs, he's a wonky. But you know, I mean,
all right. I just want to say, out of all the descriptions of matchups, this is by far probably the best of all time. Thank you for that. Who you got? No
problem.
Who you got?
I have got to think on it for a minute, so go somebody else.
No, it does not work. All right, I'll do that. I will be that way. I'll go. Since you don't want to go.
I picked donkey.
Okay, you picked donkey. Okay, you pick donkey?
Yeah, no,
you pick donkey.
I like donkeys.
I love Abu. There's a deciding factor here though. T2 absolutely hates donkey, so I'm going with donkey.
I like donkeys because
he's not here to defend himself, but he said last time he hates donkey, so I'm going to go with donkey.
See, we have a donkey called Jack. That's why I'm going for donkey.
Oh, Jack the donkey.
Yeah.
I'd like to fire in real quick and say I was very upset that Abu beat out Zorro.
Yeah, so was I.
I was as well.
So was I. Yeah.
So
I wasn't
from the youthful corner of the room, we declare vengeance. I'm guessing because I'm going with donkey.
As much as I hated it, I enjoyed that I got to make the joke that Abu is the better swordsman because he beat Zorro canonically now.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you got to make that joke, but the joke will cost you, and it will cost you Abu.
We do it for the bit.
All right, so donkey goes through. There we go.
Donkey.
Dragon Lair.
Yeah. Absolutely right. All right, let's go to our next matchup.
Look at him, he's delighted. Look at him over there in the corner.
I was waiting the entire time.
You've done it twice.
Indeed, I have. And I will do it again next round.
I will say, I don't believe I heard it the first time. So this to me is the first time, or I'm just old and I can't remember.
He did it very underneath the first time.
Okay, all right.
How long have you waited for something like that? How long have you waited to say something? Not just that, but like if there was news happened and you had something very funny in your brain and you're like, I cannot wait.
All right, Odie, you're not going to believe me when I say this, but I've waited a decade for something before, and I'm still waiting on one thing to happen down the hall. and I will wait forever because I'm patient like that. I definitely am. Cameron has seen me do it, so it's not like it's not. I'm not making it. I will remember things like that, and will have a joke or have a thought wanting someone to say something, and I won't try to paint them into saying it. I want them to say it naturally, and I'll wait. I don't have a problem with that.
So I thought I was doing pretty good with like 12 hours.
12 hours is a good start.
Yeah, 12 hours. It was when, you remember on Christmas Eve many years ago, James Brown passed away?
I didn't realize it was Christmas Eve, but that was many years ago. So that's, yeah.
And we have a tradition in Ireland of going for alcoholic beverages on Christmas Eve. And I had found out that James
All right,
Brown
is there any holiday in Ireland where you don't have a tradition that you go for an alcoholic beverage?
Stereotype Day? We don't do it on that.
Okay, because you're railing against it.
Exactly.
Right, I got you.
But yeah, I found out he died, and then I went into the pub, and there was drinks being had, and I just sat there patiently. Didn't really say a whole lot. And then one of my friends said, "Oh, did you all hear that James Brown died?" And I stood up and I went, huh, "Good God!"
I bet it was amazing.
It was brilliant.
We need to move on, but we also need to move on to break.
We've got to show it.
Yes, we do.
Too hot for the hot tub.
When we get back, we're going to continue on this side, and that may be all we do this today because we got other stuff to get to. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. It's not distractions. It's just a show. I mean,
what does that
keep mentioning? Like? That old video game, Dragon's Lair.
Yep.
He's delighted. Look at him. He's still happy. He's still happy over there. The Dragon's Lair.
Where's the trash can?
I don't know. It's gone.
It's over here.
Yeah, there used to be two. I think where one was taken down the hall because of an incident, it never got brought back. But
that one was destroyed.
But the person who took it down the hall was just doing as instructed. So, yeah. So
sorry, yes, but something else caught my eye and it just made me giggle.
Well, we understood the symbol, Viper Dave. We talking about in general, or are we talking about the thing before?
Recycle.
We could have
Vegeta.
Vegeta.
Remember the Bug Planet Vegeta?
Remember the Bug Planet, Vegeta. Hey, Vegeta. Remember the Bug Planet.
Here's the thing. In the Team 4-star.
That's a good thing to have,
He
Trey.
definitely deserved it
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
For bringing.
But
up
then
the
he
Bug
came
Planet.
back
Get up
as an executive Hollywood producer.
And then he
I'm a
died
producer
apparently.
now.
And he died in the boo bits.
Would you
apparently.
consider that pop music?
Yeah, but he came back.
It's not.
Did he?
It's not.
Yeah, I guess that
'cause
makes sense.
it's funky,
given, like,
So it's not pop
how the
music.
wishes work.
Well,
Yep.
It's just how he died. It's just terrible.
get up.
I didn't even think about. I didn't know about it at first.
Yep.
I showed him, and he told me.
Bill of the Fradies. I'm surprised I didn't see Bill of the Fradies down today.
Yeah, but technically you weren't
Doing the
Oh,
Picture
the
Shoot,
shooting
yeah.
range? Yeah.
So I'm back.
Is that the one?
And
Does he go
I'm
to
a
that one?
producer
I don't know if he
now.
goes to that one, but I think he's done it before. I think he's done the.
Ah, what do I care? You're not on my board.
He's probably known everywhere. So I mean,
I gave some good lines to him. Taka had.
I was talking to
Taco
him
was
today about
just
something, and he said if we ever do a show about vinyl, he wants to know because he's suddenly into collecting vinyl,
Vinyl is amazing.
just records.
I have loads of vinyl, all in Ireland, that I need to get shipped over, but it'll probably cost more to ship them over than it would to start them again. Do you know what I found out? Uncle Phil is Shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
What did
Well,
you
not
know?
anymore. He did now.
Wait, he did.
Yeah.
That Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is Shredder.
Yeah.
You held out on that one.
Yeah, we all knew, but we're weird like that. Or you're weird for not knowing.
They're double five.
Oddball. Yeah, you got one for me.
Matthew.
I don't think Matthew does that. Oh wow,
Walk
he
in
did.
the door.
Well done.
I was going for simultaneous, but I'll take
Yeah, but
it
wait,
happened
that's
to
kind of coordination.
I'm a
We're just
loser,
not going to do
baby,
without getting paid
so why
extra.
don't you kill me?
me. That's a good point.
So walk in the door. I kick your toes.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, you know what? I can't believe that his feet would reach down that far for you to be able to do that. But what? Either one of yins, but especially him.
I'm sorry I didn't get the 6 foot portion of the.
All right, what? Why? Why?
I don't know.
How does that make sense?
What happened?
Did someone just park in between you guys?
No.
I think that's crooked too.
Well, so did we.
Is it one of us?
No, it's okay. So they're following trends. But
You're trendsetters. Congratulations.
yeah, well,
Well, they are influencers.
One of us is
That is
influencing.
true.
One
So
of
is
us.
me.
So are you.
No, because I'm not.
You know, I'm going to go home
Online.
tonight.
if you
and
would
I'm
have
gonna
been,
watch
if you would
Alien.
have been out to eat with us,
So I don't
I
actually have any.
mean,
if you'd have been out to eat with us today, Matthew, you would have met some listeners also, like
Oh,
we did.
cool.
Mhm. If you had listeners.
Hey, look, it's the guy who just lost. Or listen.
No.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse, Lonzo and Cameron and Matthew and Odie. He deserves some extra hands. Text line 71307 if you want to be a part of the show. Apologize for not having any ties yet, but that's how it goes. We don't manufacture ties; they just happen. All right, let us get into some matchups here. Wonder Girl, Donna Troy, going up against Penny from Inspector Gadget. Odie, what you gonna do?
I'm going to go with Penny on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
More so than Wonder Girl. Have you seen Wonder Girl?
We've talked about it before, and as attractive as Wonder Woman was, this is not Wonder Girl. So I'm going to go with Penny.
All right, Matthew, who you got? Wonder Girl or Penny?
I don't feel super strong about either one. So I'm going to try and guess what y'all are doing. And I'm going to try and set up a tie by also going for Penny.
Okay,
Okay.
Cameron, what do you got?
I'm going to go Wonder Girl.
I also am going with Wonder Girl. So
We got a
there's
tie.
there's
Got
our
a
first
tie.
tie. Text line 71307. When we give you the countdown, you will either type in Wonder Girl
5.
because it's just Donna Troy. Don't get the countdown yet. You don't get to do it now.
I'm doing it
Or
slowly.
Penny.
4.
Wonder Girl or Penny. Matthew, give us the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
All right, 71307. Wonder Girl or Penny. If
I
you want
screwed up my boost.
if you want to text in Donna, that's fine too. Wonder Girl or Penny. Wonder Girl and Donna are the same person. So
I don't know why anybody would call California Psychics when I'm clearly a precognizant here.
yeah, wow, that's a big word.
So,
No, you were
Did
the
we
bad
already
guy
get an
giving a
answer?
monologue.
Did we get an answer?
Stating
Yeah.
your plans.
Okay. And
That's what
who
you're
is
doing.
all right, guys? Who is the winner? Who is moving through?
our winner on the very first tie here tonight on the Upstate Pulse is the lovely Wonder Girl.
All right, Wonder Girl goes through. Donna Troy is still alive. Penny is going to make sure that Gadget doesn't mess something else up. So,
But if it was on numbers, not just on speediness,
but it's not.
Penny would have it.
It's not though.
So
So
speediness.
it's just about how fast you are. All right, our next matchup. This is a big matchup. This is a tough matchup. Cameron's going to tell us why about this matchup, who they are and what they do. It's Boo Boo versus Bucky Barnes.
Hey, boo boo.
All right. On the one hand, you have Boo Boo, the voice of reason, the one who tries to keep Yogi Bear in line, keep his ambitions curbed a bit so that way they don't get on Ranger Rick's bad side. And on the other, you have Bucky Barnes, the sidekick to Captain America, the guy who helps him defeat all those bad guys in World War II, and then later on fall on some hard times. Now, me personally, I feel like as far as success rate goes, Boo Boo, I think, has done a better success rate than Bucky Barnes has. You should never see Boo Boo falling into enemy hands and becoming a hostile Soviet killing machine.
All right, so who you got?
Boo Boo.
All right, Cameron's going with Boo Boo. I'm going to go next and say that Bucky gave his right arm for Captain America. But here's the thing. Was it his right arm or his left arm? I think it was right arm.
Left arm.
It was his left arm. It doesn't matter. It was an arm. He gave his arm, but that was later on.
Do different arms have different values?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It depends on if you're right-handed or left-handed. But Boo Boo is a guy, man. Without Boo Boo, Yogi would have been dead a long time ago. I mean, Boo Boo is, but Boo Boo's okay. He's okay to get into some mischief.
Yeah.
He's down with the picnic baskets.
Huh?
It's good because he enjoys eating them. So I also am going with Boo Boo. Matthew, Boo Boo or Bucky?
I feel like I love both of these characters, but I feel like just ever so slightly more, I got to go for Bucky Barnes.
Ooh.
I am going to have to go for Bucky of the Barnes.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised.
I think you guys are
Yeah.
just trying to make ties now. It's just horrible. We don't want them participating. We don't want them participating. But if they are participating,
We don't need the masses in this.
yeah. But since they are, all right, Boo Boo or Bucky, who is going through? All right, Odie, give them the countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
That means go. Boo Boo or Bucky, text now 71307 and tell us who goes through to the next round. Boo Boo Bear or Bucky Barnes.
I
And
call
we-
next.
Already have a winner.
Lots of bees going on here.
We already have a winner. The winner is Mr. Picnic Basket himself. It is Boo Boo the Bear
Boo Boo goes through.
by a landslide.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Lots of love for Boo Boo. All right,
Lots
our
of
next
Not
matchup.
surprised.
Hold on. I'm just noticing here.
What's that?
Like I'm after getting, I'd say at least 55, 60 messages like boom. But there's a lot of people are double voting. They're really wanting to get it across, which we agree with 100%.
So because
Doesn't matter. It
Yeah,
only matters who gets in there
yeah.
first.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
that
yeah.
first one.
No,
so
no, I do
hey,
like that.
you guys do whatever you got to do to
Oh,
get
yeah.
through.
Oh, yeah.
Aside
Ain't
from,
first, you're last.
But I'm
Exactly.
very impressed at how quickly they can get
That's
it in there.
right. This is people are into this,
This is
and
the
they should
brackets,
be.
man.
All right, our next matchup is Nappa from Dragon Ball Z against Kid Flash. Matthew, go ahead and take it.
Special guest here, everybody's favorite Saiyan and executive Hollywood producer Nappa. Just wanted to come in and say that Kid Flash might be fast, but he's not faster than my marketing department because they've already got a plan going around. A campaign started to let you all know who should really win this debate. Thus, bold and bald, Nappa.
All right, Matthew is going Nappa. Cameron.
You know, with a pitch like that, his marketing department is definitely making a killing. I'm also going with Nappa.
They
All
better
right.
do a good job for how much I pay them.
All right, Odie, Nappa or Kid Flash?
But you don't pay us, sir.
Because I watched the what was it? The recent? Is it the Flash film?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I watched that recently, I'm going to go with the Flash. I'm going to go Kid Flash. Kid Flash.
See, you keep going to
Okay,
live
you're
action
going
stuff,
on
and
your
we're only
planet.
talking about cartoons and comic books.
You know I can't read.
Well,
I
you
learned
can
it
watch
from
a
Frieza.
cartoon though.
You know I don't have the time or the mindset to watch cartoons.
Well, you had the time and the mindset to watch the live action. Anyway,
Yeah.
let us.
Listen,
This could be that thing where I manufacture a tie, but I'm not going to. I'm going with Nappa because I mean, he's the only sidekick on here who got killed by the guy who he was the sidekick of.
Yeah, but he doesn't look like a sidekick. He looks like the main
But
character.
it's all right. I have a beautiful godson now.
I just think he looks too much like the main character. So
Even
I'm
if
like,
Vegeta
nah.
doesn't want to admit it.
All right. One more matchup, and then we're done with this side, and that's all we're going to do this week. We'll do the other side next week. So we got other stuff to get to on the other side of the news. Harley Quinn versus Arthur from The Tick. I'm going to go first, and I love Arthur, but it's Harley Quinn, man. Cameron.
You know what? I'm going to give it to Arthur.
Wow. Cannot believe that. All right, Odie.
Mostly because of pity.
Okay, all right. And that's exactly what Arthur would get.
Exactly.
I'm going to go with
Aw.
Harley Quinn.
Okay, 2 Harley Quinns and 1 Arthur. Matthew.
I gotta say, Harley Quinn is pretty cool, but she's not Arthur, and Arthur is.
Here we go.
I got to give it to him.
All right,
He's
we
the
have-
best.
Our
He's awesome.
Mothman Short King.
All right, we have a tie.
Yes.
Arthur from The Tick versus Harley Quinn from
Stop it.
Batman.
We didn't give the countdown yet.
Text line is 71307-321 go. Harley or Arthur? Harley Quinn or Arthur from The Tick? Next one that texts in, that's the one that goes through.
Don't text a fan. Text Flaccid.
It's okay.
I just refreshed. Oh. Okay, that's a turn up for the books. The winner's Arthur.
What?
Yeah.
Marketing department, Edward.
So
what?
Mhm.
Are you serious?
No, deadly serious.
No,
100%.
Boy!
No.
Deadly serious.
No.
Yeah.
Not in the face.
So a front runner, one who
They're
I
getting
thought would
overtime
be
for that.
at least in the final 4 or possibly win the whole thing, has been eliminated. At this point, Chris would get up and leave the room, but Chris is not here
Yeah.
because he got angry when things did not go as well. Guys, man, I am completely shocked. I really am. I think this is the biggest upset in the entire bracket so far.
Yeah.
Arthur.
I think Abu beating Zorro is still the biggest upset.
Yeah, I think this is more of an upset because I legitimately thought Harley Quinn could win this whole thing.
Oh, she could have.
And now
I
I'm
could have
just
seen Zorro winning the whole thing too, though.
yeah, me and you could have. I don't know that anybody else could have though. Because by the way, I have reached a point where I'm out of dubs. I got to 1036. I'm out
Oh.
of dubs and I can't watch subs. Because if you watch subs, you're not looking at what's going on in the show. You're watching the subs, and I'm waiting for the dubs, and I ain't got no dubs, man.
Well, if you want to get the dub, you go to Conor McGregor because he's a dub, but we don't like him because he's a bad dub.
Okay, all right.
Because he's from Dublin.
So I've
He's
reached.
not from Cork, like, you know.
Is there a rocky road to Dublin?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up the here and Turner down the Rocky Road all the way to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have no idea what just happened. That
Neither
was,
do I.
Yeah, it was.
We're about to drop kick some Murphys around here.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
You get out. You just. No. The Murphys will not be drop kicked. Well, they will, but
isn't that
no.
like their
Well, they
name?
are the drop kick
Didn't
Murphys.
they get?
That was the whole thing.
Didn't they get drop kicked at one point, and that's why they went for that as their
They were-
song?
they were-
Is their name?
Mayhaps they did.
All right, and the next hour, we're going to get to some other things, including Cameron and I went to see Dune 2. We are going to pick some wrestling for Nerf Wall because Lonzo got a new gun and it needs to be used.
Lonzo got a Nerf gun.
Yes. Well, actually, I have an entire arsenal. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of pop music.
Nash.
I don't like how you did that. I really don't.
That was just kind of icky.
It was.
I think you guys probably know this, but I don't care. Well, if you like something,
we're aware of this.
because you know
Me more so than the rest
Yeah.
of them.
The One Piece Japanese
I want American actors to be able to work, so I'm going to watch the dubs.
There's plenty of dubs that I absolutely love. One Piece just isn't one of them. But I also don't really watch the
Okay, so there's that.
But also the most fun, Kevin.
It's supposed to be dumb, Kevin. That's the point. The tick the corniness of the tick is the whole point of the tick.
The fact that the man's battle cry is spoon.
Yes.
There isn't a lot of intelligence in the guy.
You got to have a battle cry. You absolutely do.
But you gotta have battle cry.
Odie's got a battle cry. We just can't say it on the air.
It's very lengthy and very obscene.
It's not lengthy. It's just obscene.
Oh.
This is just obscene.
So it's a modestly sized battle cry.
All right. We will probably do oops in the first segment.
I did it again to your heart.
I did not print that out, but it's okay.
In this game of baby, oops, you think
How did I not print that out?
From above.
What the oops is.
I'm not that innocent.
Oh, you definitely
Oops,
should have.
Yeah. Unless you can find it on your phone. I mean, I know the story, but I can't remember. I think it's Scotland. I'm pretty sure it's Scotland. So yeah.
I know which one it is.
Yeah.
Scotland forever.
Really?
That's what they shout.
Do they?
Yeah.
When do they do that? It's like at basketball games or something.
No.
Oh, which news site did you go with?
It doesn't matter.
Nothing really matters.
I can't read it. I will. You can chime in with some details that I don't have.
Me.
I know the gist of the story, and I just needed to know where it was from.
Nothing really. If any of y'all want to giggle, go and look up Bohemian Rhapsody by the Muppets.
Yeah, we've seen
Yeah,
it.
we've seen
That
it.
is
Yeah.
brilliant.
We've technically done that kind of thing.
We just listened to
before.
our version of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes, which
because it just takes you back to the time.
It has
when it
Harry
happened.
Carey. It has
Yes.
Trump. It has Pappy. It's got Goofy.
What?
The Bohemian Rhapsody with the Upstate Pulse.
Yeah, we played it a bunch of times.
Oh, geez.
Looks like you've heard it before.
Way to go, Trey.
It's probably one of the best things we ever did because we actually practiced a little.
No, we didn't.
Did we not?
No.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's right.
It's
That was
spreading
completely
falsehoods.
impromptu.
Don't be throwing falsehoods out there.
Falsehoods? Are they like hoods?
You
that don't go down?
misremembered because
I do misremember.
Yeah,
we
it
did that
did
completely
not
impromptu.
happen.
Are we coming back with? No, we're not because we can't because we've come back with the opener. Do you want to come back with oops?
What?
You said you were doing oops. Did you want to come back with oops?
No.
Don't say don't stop me now,
I said
Trey.
in
Don't you do
the
it.
segment we'll be doing.
Bohemian Rhapsody is such a great song. That
Don't do it, Trey. No, that's what he's going to do. Absolutely what you say.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do what?
Don't stop me now.
I'm having such a good time. Bohemian Rhapsody is such a great song that when I was at Green Day and they played Bohemian Rhapsody before the song or before the concert even started, and the
You were
entire
at a
crowd.
Green Day?
Yeah.
Was it like a sunny? And
Yeah.
spring?
Yeah.
Was it in Ireland? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm
No,
guessing-
it was in England.
Was
Oh.
everything tinted green?
Is
No,
the grass greener in Ireland?
You know the band Green Day?
Yeah, but they don't fit on this station.
I know that we were supposed
you
to wake
just
someone up.
Poo-pooed upon my story, but you just sit in your tower.
You know what? You know what makes the grass greener?
Poo-poo.
Yeah,
It does.
Absolutely.
We'd call it slurry, but yeah, poo-poo.
There you go, Kevin. That's one of my favorite songs.
Well, then,
Personally, I like.
Bicycle. Bicycle.
well, then get
I
on your
want
bike
to
and ride.
my bike.
Get on your bike. That's the lyrics.
I'm partial
No,
to Fat Bottom
that
Girls,
was
but
from Fat Bottom Girls.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
They will be riding your way, so forget all
So I'm
those.
talking about. He was talking about Big Fat Fanny. She was such a naughty nanny.
they do make the rockin' world go round.
It's a bad word in Ireland.
What Fanny is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We've
we're
had
not-
this
You know what?
discussion.
You know
I know.
what? You know what?
It's
You know
not a
what?
bad word
You know
here.
what? You know what?
Go on.
You know what?
What?
We're not in Ireland.
You can distract me all you want, Lonzo. I'm physically counting down right now as we speak.
Or you could just look at the clock.
You know,
That's
you're
what I'm
not-
doing.
Counts down for
I'm
you.
physically
You're not going to make
watching
it.
it.
You're not going to make it through this. You should just give in to the chaos.
I don't know. There's kind of a hesitation there. I mean,
Hesitation.
Yeah, there was. There was at least a half a second.
It was a
0.5.
nanosecond. If
It was
anything.
at least a 0.5. Yeah.
No, it was a 0.12.
It was a 0.5.
Yeah, but 0.5 was fine. A second is what we're.
0.5. Well, you could say that. Maybe it's fine for some people. Not necessarily for me.
My delay was 0.15 of a second.
You shouldn't be able to blink before you hit that button.
You can't blink in 0.15 of a second. A blink takes 0.3 of a second.
Why do you know
You're
that
making
off
it
the top
up.
of your head?
Listen,
You're smirking while you're
87.
saying it.
87.
It's kind of. I think we're finding your tells here.
87%
that.
of my statistics are statistical.
At least there's that.
Nothing.
We gotta find that again.
Kevin, listen, man. Remember, stop. Don't do that here. Okay, you shouldn't do that ever, but don't do that here. Okay. We got children watching this show.
Okay, I was about to say.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse, affectionately known as the Nerd Hour. I know we're never getting that third hour back just because we're just not. I want it back. But we can't get it back. Maybe someday. I don't know. But I've given up for now because
should you like get a boom box and sit outside somebody's office?
No.
Boombox.
No. LexCorp would have me banned from the building if I did that. Although he's probably met
Hanson?
Peter Gabriel.
I figured
Well,
that
so he's
he'd
probably met
appreciate
Peter
the
Gabriel.
reference.
Yeah.
I feel like the only way to get the third hour nerd hour back is to do the only thing that proved itself in the second round, and that's call Napa's marketing department.
There we go. Maybe that will
We
work.
need to employ Napa's
Maybe
marketing
we should
department.
do that. Yes, maybe we should. In this hour of the program, we are going to review, without spoilers, Dune 2. Cameron and I went to see that last night. We are also having Oops that we're going to get to here in a few minutes. We are also picking AEW Revolution for the Nerf wall. Rob Brown and I from the Rob Brown Show. I know. Wait for it. Yes.
Where did they come up with the name? of the Rob Brown?
Listen, even Rob doesn't know. It's just like magically it appeared. I don't know if it happened to him in a dream or what, but anyway, we already picked our picks for that. I know, you know, everyone in this room knows. Odie's never met Rob, but he knows that you guys want Rob on the wall. And
No. I met Rob Brown.
did you?
Yeah, very first day when LexCorp and everybody else was showing me around and being nice to me. And I walked in.
Wow, that didn't last long, did it?
No. And then I walked into your office and the Rob Brown was from the Rob Brown Show. He was there as well.
Oh, yeah.
And he turned around and he goes, "Who are you?" And I says, "I'm Odie." And he was like, "Oh, that's not an American accent." I was like, "No flies on you, buddy." And we hit it off straight away. And then we never talked to each other since.
Yeah, there's that. Okay.
That's the best of friends do.
I forgot about that because you were brought into the office and chances are you weren't getting the job. So I didn't bother remembering your name or anything. And actually, I was just recently out of the hospital. I had no idea what was going on.
You didn't care.
Yeah.
You were just
Like I should not have been
He
here.
was still contemplating why that painting was in there.
Yes.
No, he just turned around and he goes, "Leprechauns aren't supposed to be that tall."
Yeah.
And he just went about his
that
business.
does sound like a Rob Brown thing. So I know you guys want Rob Brown on the wall. So do we. He hasn't been on a show in a year and a half, and I think maybe he just don't like us anymore. But one way to get Rob Brown on this show
Was the last time that he was here during the Christmas special?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah. And he picked up another 5 or 7 jobs and was unable to. I mean, he's really busy on set. Listen, the thing is, you can find him at a sporting event doing PA. If the Swamp Rabbits have a game tonight, that's where he is. So he does a lot of stuff. It's not an excuse. He's just very, very busy. But one sure way to get him in this room for the show is for him to lose and go on the Nerf wall. No, if he's going to do it this year. Yeah, it could happen though. It could happen. He's like, "I'm undefeated." He's like, "No, you're not. You've lost, but someone else has lost worse."
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's always been that slower person.
Yeah. So don't try to act like you've won every time because you have not. Because I know Cameron has beat him a couple times. Matthew beat him before. So, and Matthew has also, got 0 right. And I think
which means I am really the greatest winner that we've ever had.
Why? Because you've gotten 0 right.
Exactly.
You've done the most in a different direction.
I was the first person to ever get 0 right.
In the history of this program, which has been around for nearly a decade.
Did I get a 0 yet?
No, you did not. Why are you going to try for it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You try for that. Then I get to try the new gun out on you.
It's fine.
Okay, all right.
That's no problem at all.
All right.
I'm wearing my full armor.
Okay, you do that. You do. You come in here wearing plate or ring mail. I don't care. What would be your mail of choice?
I would go plastic.
Okay.
That's actually probably a better idea.
Yeah, because it would just bounce off. And well, it wouldn't be as heavy. You'd be more elusive. Be able to move around.
I'd be flexible.
This is going to be 3D printed mail.
No, I've got body armor from motocross.
From what? Motocross.
Mm-hmm.
Motocross.
Oh, I thought you said Mardi Gras.
Yeah, you have to slow it down in your head a little, which is what I did. I slowed it down in my head just a little, and then I got it.
I got beads from Mardi Gras, and we ain't gonna say how I got them, but I got them.
Yeah,
I think we all know.
There are loads of those in the nerd cave right now because Rob Brown, his family's from New Orleans. So I mean, even got me to wear them one year.
Does that technically make Rob Cajun?
Yeah, supposedly he cooks a good jambalaya and gumbo and stuff, but he's never brought me in. So
why don't you just call him Gambit?
I was going to say, is he Gambit?
It's his favorite character. He called his dog. Why are we talking about Rob Brown so much? His dog's name is Remy LeBeau. What do you think?
Okay, that makes
Remy
sense.
LeBeau.
Yeah. All right. So
Hello.
Speaking of animated stuff or fantasy, that's all we talk about.
Do we talk about animated stuff in fantasy?
We did in the last hour. You know what I want to talk about now? I want to drop some oops
upside your head.
I don't know. I mean, that was a long time before you actually hit the button.
It
was a comedic impact.
Oh, you're defending him.
He delivered his joke and waited for it to set in.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was good.
I'm saying I know we're talking.
It was more like a dull thud and really thick mud.
Exactly.
That
was the oops.
I don't know if you guys have seen this, but earlier this week in Scotland, there was a Willy Wonka experience.
Oh yeah, in Edinburgh.
Yeah,
no, in Glasgow.
And the Willy Wonka experience, they decided to make AI photos of what the experience was going to be like, and it made it look like it was going to be really good. It was not.
Come with me.
It looked like a broke down meth lab with very sad Oompa Loompas.
Yes, if you've seen it, one of the ladies dressed up as an Oompa Loompa. Yeah, it was such a bad experience that people called police. On them. So if you ever went somewhere so bad that you called the police because it was that bad.
So in Scotland, is it illegal to suck?
Is it? You've been there.
I've been.
You didn't suck when you were there because you're Odie, and that's just. I mean, because you're.
Well,
awesome.
We shouldn't assume.
Yeah.
I can just imagine the conversation that went down because they're from a place called Glasgow, and people in Glasgow, if the phone call went something like this. All right, kid, is it a wee thing going on here? And then. No Willy Wonka, no chocolate, nothing. And you come down here, you get down here right away, pal. Because you know what? I'm going to do someone's head in, right? Because this is Glasgow. Please come down to your nearest convenience. Thank you very much.
Was it supposed to be from like a megaphone?
No, but that's kind of.
Just imagine that.
It was a little overmodulated. I just, listen.
That's Glasgow for you, man.
Is it?
We
have to take your word for it because none of us have been to Europe, right, Matthew?
You've heard of a Glasgow?
No,
okay, I didn't know for sure. I was guessing.
You might have had a face.
You remember Heath Ledger's Joker?
Yes.
Remember the scars he had?
Yes.
That's called a Glasgow smile.
Oh boy.
If that is anything to go by.
All right, we're gonna have to take your word for it on that. That's just
Strax.
No, thank you.
Strax always made a big deal. Strax, the Sontaran from Doctor Who, always made a big deal of
out of the way, girl.
It's like, but we're going to the north.
The north. The north is different from Scotland because the north is where Ned Stark was from in Game of Thrones. I was in that once as well. Did I tell you that once or twice?
You didn't say you were in Game of Thrones.
No, you've never said you were in Game of Thrones. Was it during one of the incest scenes?
No, it was in one of the bloody weddings.
Fire in with that, Dad.
Well,
I mean that takes out like half the show.
It does.
It does. So
there's some people on the station really get mad when you say that. I'm just saying. One's a host and one's a producer. Anyhow.
Chris knows. Chris, if your dad was from Glasgow, you know, right? No bother at all, pal.
So what would you do? Text line 71307 stream. Have you ever went to a place so bad that you wanted to call the police on it? All right, Cameron.
So another component to the story, which freaked a whole bunch of people out, is all of the marketing that they used for it was AI generated, and it looked like a freaky like fever dream with all this stuff. Like a whole bunch of sentences were misspelled. They looked like there was like terrible hallucination stuff like throughout the marketing.
There was a mirror with a mask guy that would show up when the kids looked in it.
Oh, scary guy, yeah.
So here's the other thing. So the guy who did this is also written a bunch of stories, but he didn't write them. AI did, and he got busted for them. He has apologized and offered to give all the money back.
Yep.
Then immediately shut down the website.
Ain't no money going back to nobody.
Yeah. So yeah, you ask for your money back, and then the website's just gone.
Well, I was about to say maybe he did some consulting with Stefan.
It's a possibility
from the SNL skit.
It's not a good thing. It really is.
No.
And hopefully we don't do anything like that around here. I don't think we would, because people would not stand for that for sure. Let us take our first break. When we come back, we are going to pick some wrestling because we need to get this out. I don't want to not pick wrestling because someone's got to face the wall. We got to use that new gun next week. Absolutely. Nerf gun, by the way. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. All right, so I've given you all the wrestling.
Yeah.
That way I don't
The wrestling picks.
That way I don't have to repeat the names of the things.
Because the wrestling makes it sound like we've inherited some sort of special power for wrestling from you. I might have a little, but I don't know if the rest of them have.
I just want to say, I don't know if it's illegal to suck in Scotland, but it is in a few different states.
The more you know.
That's my stream exclusive joke for this break.
Everyone's so happy.
I'm glad you could share your experience with everyone.
Yeah, not only Ole Anderson passed away, but so did Virgil. Talking about wrestlers that passed away. Yeah, there are a lot of people in that.
So you beat Baldur's Gate 3 yet?
Yeah. Or you could go TBA. Yeah, you could do that.
I am in a programming class that is in full swing now. I am doing nothing else.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, you just need to learn to code better.
No, the only ones who's going to know all the names is me, and Cameron might recognize some of them because they were in another organization and went there.
I got you.
Down in Columbia, which was really nice. Unfortunately, it was extremely cold and extremely rainy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep. And it was in under a gazebo behind a cafe. They just did a really small thing with a few friends and family.
Gotcha.
But outside of the rain, literally causing a river.
Kevin, is it not
nice.
driver start your engine now? Because apparently you're not allowed to say gentlemen start your engines.
I don't know.
Drivers.
Did you dance?
You can dance if you want to,
no,
but you have to leave your friends behind.
Yeah, because friends don't dance.
Yeah, they don't dance.
No friends of mine.
With everybody, and they had their little 5-minute thing where they.
Sure, you're not talking about anything you shouldn't be.
Gotcha.
No. It was very funny though that you could tell they had basically no idea what they were doing. When it came time to cut the cake, my friend
remember
cut the first slice. He put it on the plate.
Remember, we're still going out.
Did I say something?
No, I'm just saying if there's nothing that you
he hasn't mentioned the friend's name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. He got the cake on the plate and was about to go and hand it out to somebody until everyone was like, no, you're supposed to feed each other.
Is that done over here where you smash the cake into each other?
Yeah.
Some people do that, but you don't have to
my wife asked me not to do that, and
so
I didn't. And so people got mad that I didn't, but she said, please don't do that. So I said, okay. I won't do it.
It's because you're a good husband. And she would have beat you otherwise.
No, we're not like that.
All the young dudes carry the news.
It's Especially, I've been to 2 weddings, and they were both very different experiences.
Oh yeah.
One was not wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't really that fun for me.
Oh yeah.
The other one will going down in history as one of my favorite.
Is this all of the?
Heck yeah.
But
Yeah. You wouldn't.
There's
even
a
know
wrestling
this was
intro.
A wedding, outside of that 10 minutes.
Played him one, that just so we don't get tagged.
This was really cool though because this was the first time in 4.5 years.
If you can find it, if
that,
you don't,
the 4 of
Okay.
us, group of friends from high school,
Before or after the
have
rejoin?
been together.
instead of the
'Cause
region.
The last time we were in the same area was 4.5 years ago in August of 2019 for Super Smash Con.
I'm glad you guys could get to come back together.
Yeah, it was really cool.
The real.
All right, it is time to talk some wrestling because here's what we do on this here program on the Upstate Pulse. My name's Lonzo, by the way. That's Odie. That's
Hello.
Matthew. That's Cameron. Since the beginning of the show, we started out with 3 wrestling fans, and now there's just me.
No, I'm a lapsed wrestling fan.
Okay, all right, and with the potential to be a fan again, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
So from the beginning of the show, we have picked wrestling. Somewhere near the beginning of the show, we picked wrestling pay-per-views. The loser has to face what we call the Nerf wall. And if you've never seen the Nerf wall, it started out with just a couple Nerf guns, and now there is a full arsenal. I just bought a new gun that it's got this big round ring that goes through it, and I don't know what that's called, but
Ring of Fire.
it could be, and it's pump action, so it will go through that ring as fast as someone can pump through it without any jams. So someone is going to face the wall next week.
If you can pump up the jams,
You could.
No, because then there'd be more jams.
But
yeah, good point. That
you know what really jams is pop music. Let us get to AEW Revolution 2024. The first match we are going to look at is the International Championship. The current champion is freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, going up against Roderick Strong. Orange Cassidy has had his belt a couple times, and
Any relation to Butch?
no.
Okay.
Orange Cassidy has some moves where he just sticks his hands in his pockets and he will drop kick people and do it's very interesting. He's from somewhere, doesn't care about. He's got a look to him.
Okay.
He wears denim jackets and sunglasses. It's a thing.
Does he wear his sunglasses at night?
Yeah, because to get there and while also in the ring. All right, so Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong. Cameron, who you got?
I'm gonna go with my boy Orange Cassidy.
All right,
Always like
Matthew,
his style.
who do you have?
I'll stick with Orange Cassidy. I feel like Strong is just too on the nose for a name.
He's a smaller guy, but he is the expert at the backbreakers. He can do them from anywhere. All right, Odie.
As was said once in Monty Python, I shall Louise Wadwick.
Okay, all right. Odie goes with Roderick Strong. So do I. So does Rob Brown. All right, the next match is an all-star scramble match for the future AEW title shot. So whoever wins this can vie for the championship at a future pay-per-view. And here are your wrestlers. Chris Jericho versus Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Lance Archer versus Hook versus Brian Cage versus Dante Martin versus TBA. Matthew, who you got?
Who is is that
To be announced. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
No, it's not. It's the best athlete.
Yeah, it could be that too.
Oh,
Absolutely
well, I have
could
to go
be
for
that.
the best athlete. You know what? I'm gonna pull. I think the wild card is interesting, and I'm gonna go with TBA.
Because we don't know who it is.
I
I
don't
mean,
know who
it
it
could
is.
be, the chances are it's going to be a big time special guest.
Oh, yeah.
So there we go. All right, Cameron, who you got?
Well, quick question for you: who's Brian Cage?
Mr. Cage's son.
He is the machine, Brian Cage. He has those things, and he's a well built individual.
Gotcha. Any relation to Christian Cage?
No.
What about Johnny Cage?
No.
Solid Mortal Kombat.
You got to pick
reference.
one. You got to pick one. Let's go.
I'm going to go with Chris Jericho.
Okay, and Odie.
I am also going to go with the TBA.
Wow, look at you guys. Both of you going with the TBA. All right. Rob Brown and myself both went with Wardlow. I had the just by accident, we were in Columbia watching AEW wrestle. I went up to get some popcorn, and then it got cordoned off, and I couldn't get back to my seats. And then I started seeing security guards flying while I'm eating popcorn, watching Wardlow beat all those guys up. I just happened to be up there. It wasn't on purpose. I'm just like, I get back to my seat, and they're like, "Where were you?" I was like, I just saw Wardlow do all that. The stuff you saw on the screen, I was standing right there eating popcorn.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
I like
That
to
would have been
think that
so
you're
funny if you had ended up in the background of
Oh,
that
I wish.
shot.
I
That
wish.
would have been
That's-
just sitting there eating popcorn in the
Yes.
background. Oh, that would have been so
if I
funny.
could, there were too many people in front of me. If I was on the front line of the thing, I definitely would have been doing that. So
Oh.
anyway, the next matchup is FTR versus the Blackpool Combat Club. Members of the Blackpool Combat Club, by the way, are John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Bryan Danielson, who's not in this match, and Wheeler Yuta. So it's John Moxley versus Claudio Castagnoli versus FTR, who's from this area. And a lot of people in the FTR, I can't stand them. They're liars. They say they won't go to the top rope, and they still do. They say they won't fly, and they still do. They say they just go with fists, and it's not true. They're liars. I don't like liars. I mean, don't say you're not doing something and then you do it. And because of that, I don't like it, and it bothers other people because they're all on, oh, I love FTR just because they're from here. There are some people from here who are not good people. Chances are you work with one of them. Are you going to vote for them just because they're in it? I'm not. So I am going with the Blackpool Combat Club, and John Moxley is still my favorite wrestler going right now. And Rob also went with the Blackpool Combat Club. I'm telling you guys, that doesn't mean you guys all have to follow suit and go with that. You could also go with FTR if maybe you like the area or something. Odie.
I am going to go with the Blackpool guys for the simple reason that in Blackpool of England, there is a place called Pleasure Beach. And I'm just gonna, and that's nothing in toward. That's the name of the beach. It's called Pleasure Beach.
All right. So the guy who created Blackpool Combat Club was William Regal, who is from Blackpool.
There you go.
And that's the reason why he did that. And then he got let go from the company. He's back with WWE. All right, Matthew, who you got?
I got to go with Blind Carbon Copy.
Which is what?
BCC.
Okay. All right.
Blackpool Combat Club.
No,
I just wanted to make
no,
the joke, so I'm
actually,
going
no,
with
I
them.
got it. And I'm a little slow. All right. Cameron, I'm a lot slow.
Email.
Blackpool Combat Club.
All right. So I'm just trying to get through this thing quickly. That's all. Because the quicker we get through this, the better it will be watching one of you face the wall. All right. Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita. These are two members of the same faction, but Will Ospreay was with New Japan Wrestling, and he's now permanently with AEW, or at least for his present contract. And I'm going to ask Odie, who you got, Will Ospreay or Konosuke Takeshita?
I'm going to go with Konosuke because if you break up his second name,
dude, really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
That's exactly right.
Why? I had never noticed that till now.
I hate that you pointed that
Yeah,
out.
so do I. Because I'm never going to be able to look at the name the same. All right, Cameron, who you got?
Take poopy.
Okay. Dang it, Odie. I'm going to go with Konosuke.
Fine. All right, Matthew, who you got?
I was also going to go with Konosuke, but not because of
Not
that.
because of what he said.
All right.
Take
Rob and I both went with Will Ospreay. All right. Will Ospreay, by the way, arguably the best wrestler in wrestling today.
Boys, I feel like we're in trouble.
All right. For the TNT championship, the current guy who owns the championship, who holds the championship belt, is Christian Cage. The patriarchy will be behind him. If your dad died, Christian Cage is going to point that out. And it's really messed up because he will send out tweets. I heard your dad died. It's so wrong. It really is really wrong.
That's
So-
like the most heel thing you can
Oh yeah,
do.
he is the ultimate heel in AEW. He is. It's pretty bad. So Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia, who dances now. This one of these. Yeah. Anyway, so Cameron, who you got?
I'm going to go with Christian Cage just because, that amount of evil.
It's pretty evil. All right, Matthew, who you got?
He also
I'm
wears
gonna go with
turtlenecks.
Garcia because that's just too far.
All right, Odie, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Christian Cage.
All right, so myself and Rob Brown both went with Christian Cage. Man, Matthew, you probably got a good shot of seeing that gun for. Although last time I thought that I was like you were, and you did really well. So I mean, I don't know. All right,
We don't know. That's the problem.
That's the fun part about it because it's wrestling. I mean, anyway, Continental Crown Championship. So there are 3 championship belts in this. Eddie Kingston is the current Continental Crown Championship. He's going up against Bryan Danielson, also considered one of the better wrestlers in all of wrestling. When he was in WWE, he was Daniel Bryan. See what he did there? See what he did there? Eddie Kingston is like, that fat guy who drinks a lot of beer, but doesn't do any working out at all and thinks he's good at something, but he's not. And takes his shirt off when he should not. Cause it's just like, it's just like a waterbed, but it's just, I mean, cause you can see how the waves,
it's so hypnotizing. I can't not watch it.
If you hit a waterbed, it just kind of ripples, and so does his belly. It's disgusting. So Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. Cameron, who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with Bryan Danielson.
All right, Matthew.
I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan.
Oh, look at you.
Ooh.
All right, Odie,
He
who you
remembers.
I'm going with
I remembered that thing that you said 30 seconds ago. Oh my gosh.
Eddie Kingston.
Wow. Okay, so Rob Brown and Odie are both going with Eddie Kingston.
Me and Rob Brown, man.
I also went with Bryan Danielson.
Bad boys for life.
Exactly. 2 peas in the pod. AEW.
Wait, I thought he was my partner.
AEW World. But Pappy ain't picking. AEW Women's World Championship. Timeless Toni Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo. Odie, who you got?
I'm looking him up. Give me a minute.
No, you had the sheet for like 3 hours now.
Yeah, I know. Toni Storm, it looks like she's like a 1950s pinup girl. So, yeah, she got it.
Okay, so Odie is going with Toni Storm. Matthew, who you got?
I'm also going with Toni Storm because I like that name. It's cool.
Yes. All right, Cameron, who you got?
I'm going for Toni Storm for the same reason that Odie did.
All right, so that is a clean sweep because Rob and myself also went for Toni Storm. 2 more matches, and then we'll take a break. AEW World Championship. It is a 3-way, a triple threat match between Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland. I will tell you, Swerve is on the rise. When he says whose house, Swerve's house is a loud pop. Samoa Joe is the best talker in the business. I don't care what you say about other people. He talks better than all of them. And Samoa Joe's best move is when someone jumps at him and he just takes a step and moves out of the way and watches them go by.
He's my favorite wrestler.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Hangman Adam Page, the millennial cowboy, annoyed me to no degree, but now he shaved his beard and he just has that fluffy mustache and he's let his hair go greasy. So he looks like a bad guy from Tombstone.
Cowboy.
Yeah. So AEW World Championship, Samoa Joe, Adam Page, or Swerve Strickland. Matthew, who you got?
I like the name Samoa Joe.
Okay.
And I recognize the name. So
all right. So Matthew's going Samoa Joe. Odie.
I'm going to go with Samoa Joe too, simply because the Samoans are good at rugby. So
they're also very good at wrestling. They're on top everywhere. All right, Cameron, who you got?
Just gonna kill you.
Okay, so everybody went with Samoa Joe except for me. I went with Swerve Strickland. All right, one last match to talk about, and it is the Young Bucks, who are now EVPs. They are EVPs, which means executive vice presidents. They helped to start the company, but now they're being the evil, firing people because they look at them wrong, all that kind of stuff, heel type stuff. Wore white suits.
They become corporate.
They wore white suits just to get blood all over them. Yeah, that type of thing.
Oh.
So this is in Greensboro, North Carolina, and this will be Sting's last match. He is retiring after this. Sting, my favorite wrestler of all time, and met the other Sting because the other Sting heard about him and met him early on in his career.
Did he put on a red light? Put a message in about
there is a picture of the wrestling Sting playing Sting's bass. It's really cool.
Okay, that's cool.
So Sting and Darby Allin. Sting is my favorite wrestler of all time. And this will be his final match. And he says he's going to do some stuff. I wanted Sting. I have interviewed Darby Allin and asked Sting to stop. And there's a quote that I use on my cart wall on the Rob Brown show. That whenever you hear "nope," that was Darby Allin's answer when I asked him to ask Sting to stop. Sting just came down from the rafters last week for the first time in forever. What he used to do when he was in WCW, it was amazing. So him versus the Young Bucks for the titles. Sting and Darby have the tag team titles right now. Cameron, who you got?
Well, I think they're going to let Sting go out on top, so I'm going to go with Sting and Darby Allin.
All right, Odie, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Young Bucks because my uncle used to call myself and my two cousins, here come the Young Bucks now. Yeah. So there you go.
Was that a positive thing to say or a negative?
That's
thing?
positive.
Okay, all right.
Did you get your antlers tangled up at all?
Matthew.
No, because we call them stags.
Matthew. Who you got?
I liked your comments about Sting and Darby, and I also like what you said. I'm also going with them.
Okay.
I forgot what you said, but I know I liked it.
For the radio audience, Matthew was pointing at me. I am the guy who said.
Well,
the thing.
anyway, so Matthew and Cameron went with Sting and Darby Allin. I went with the Young Bucks, just like everybody else.
No.
Wow.
Because Sting is really good with getting somebody else over. That means getting the opponent over, getting the crowd to love them. They say that when guys retire, they go out on their backs. So that's what they say. And so, yeah.
Well, I hope he doesn't go out on his shield. So
I do. I want Sting to win. Absolutely, I do. And I like Darby Allin because quite a few of these guys that we talked about, I've had the honor to interview and fanboyed because I don't care what people say. You don't fanboy, you act like a professional. Man, forget you. I should not be here, and I am, and I'm getting a chance to interview these guys. I want to have fun with it. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're hitting the Nerd Roundtable. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Well, I can't wait to lose this.
What is this that I see on the outline? The KFC taste test.
We don't have it.
Oh, okay. What was it for? Going to be?
You'll find out next week.
What?
I'm just kidding.
The KFC taste test. Was that?
We were going to do it today, but the problem is we couldn't find a KFC around here. There's one in Simpsonville, but there wasn't one around here. It's the Chizza. Have you seen it?
No, the what?
The Chizza.
Chizza.
Look it up.
Chicken pizza?
Yeah.
There you go.
Look it up. No, it doesn't look bad. I mean, if you've had chicken parmesan or something like that before, it's the same thing.
The pure disgust on your face when you just.
It's not like the Cheetos chicken. That was not that good.
Yeah, you didn't like that, did you?
Well, I think it's also according to whoever serves it.
Very American. I'll give it that.
Okay.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
It is.
No, Chris.
When I
Rob
say
also
food
picked the
looks
Young
American,
Bucks.
I mean, it looks like it's been deep fried 30 times and thrown as much unhealthiness on top of it as possible.
That just means it's good, Matthew.
I don't think
That
Stone
means
Cold's
it's gonna
coming back,
kill me.
Kevin, but he might.
Yes,
he came back
but-
last WrestleMania and actually wrestled
Before the death comes the
with
pleasure.
Kevin Owens. It was
I
great.
have to call my doctor and get blood pressure and heart medication before I even try that.
Just get a full physical before you even can try it.
Ugh.
So, Doc, will I die if I eat the KFC pizza?
What do you mean human babies don't grow kneecaps until they get old enough to start learning to
100%.
walk? Really?
Yeah.
I sure hope so that I can get a doctor's note.
Well, I guess if you had a kneecap, it might get stuck on the way out.
But that's why baby skulls aren't fully formed.
Well, yeah, I know about the skulls. I didn't think about the knees.
I'm sorry.
And I've had two babies. One of them sitting right there.
Yeah.
I don't remember if he had kneecaps or not.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, they don't have kneecaps.
I'm also really tired.
How many bones
He
in
had,
the body?
he had a Jamaican nurse who said, we call him Bubba. It was great. It was so great.
For all day on top of all the other work that I have to get done. So for my final project in my programming class, I have to have all of the pseudocode done by tomorrow,
Pseudocode.
which is basically the outline of the program.
Pseudocode is not
It
real
shouldn't take
code.
long, but I mean, like, I have to.
Pseudocode is fake code. It's not as bad as Studio,
Wish you luck.
Studio.
I'm sure it'll be fun. I'll deal with
which, by the way, is another example of pop music.
it. Ugh.
Not letting that go.
Why are you surprised?
I'm not.
It's a theme.
I'm just
Hello.
commenting.
That's what you do with the theme. The theme continues for an entire show.
I think you're mixing up the Hanson song Mbop.
No, that's Mbop.
with-
No, I'm not.
I think
know
you are.
Mbop. It's funny. You said Mbop and Matthew did the thing with his hair, and he didn't do it on purpose.
Do you reckon that's a Freudian thing that he's got
Maybe.
going on? Mbop.
Matthew, were you
What?
part of a boy band at some point?
We don't talk about those days.
Hey man, you got to make
It's
money
so
somehow.
funny.
Was this the Matthew and the Causalities?
That was a nice
We
try.
don't talk about those days.
That was a nice try.
I used to be in a band.
Don't
A rubber
say it.
band.
Don't say it. Do not say it.
I'm not.
Okay.
We had to break up.
We
Battle of
did.
the Bands
And
was just
Oh, was that a certain person's certain item of clothing?
those days.
no.
Oh.
No, Cameron was in our
You're
band,
going really
and we
Scott
broke up.
Pilgrim here.
Oh,
And he blames himself because he played a wrong note, but he did
You-
not.
Are you doing an
it
actual
doesn't matter
thing?
if you play a wrong note.
Well,
It's a
the
stereotypical
guitarist
thing. though. It's
had-
not. It's not
Oh.
a Scott
Beg to
Pilgrim
differ.
thing. No.
Gotcha. I was just thinking of I think it was just how Chris Evans' character just talked. It's like very exasperated.
Well, that's because he was a caricature, and that's the that is the caricature that I'm doing, but it's not specifically from Scott.
but it's not
Pilgrim.
specifically
We're
that.
back.
It's just a stereotype.
So you're being
were
a
you guys
general-
vegans? Did you have vegan power?
No, I didn't. I cannot commit to that kind of a
Chicken
lifestyle.
parm isn't vegan?
All right, a few things to get into the round table, the nerd round table, which is a round table that's nerdy. In case you didn't know that, that's
We're nerds
So-
of the round table.
sometimes you have to describe what you're talking about to paint a picture of a table that's round with nerds around it.
Yeah.
That would make it a nerd round table.
It's more like an oval I mean, an oval is round.
No, this
It's-
is
I mean,
figuratively.
If you're
It's
looking
not-
at it
it's-
from above, it's kind of elongated.
we form a
Kinda
circle. No,
malformed a
no.
bit.
We form a circle, sort of.
Is it a circle of
It's
thrust?
not exactly a
Technically, this is
square.
rectangle. If you look at the stream,
No, it's well, yeah,
it's
on
actually
there.
a bunch of rectangles
Yeah,
that
you're
are
right.
forming a.
All right,
double
There's a
rectangle.
bunch of shapes at work here.
Here's the
depending on your
thing:
perspective.
if you cut off the corners, it's an oval.
No, if you cut off the corners, it would be I don't want to say parallelogram.
It's
It's
not
not
a
a.
parallelogram.
It's not. No, if you cut off the four corners, it
Yes.
would be an oval, or would it be an ellipse?
No, if you cut off the four corners, you're going to turn it into a diamond.
Would not be a
No,
diamond.
uh-uh.
No,
That's not
no.
what that
it would be a
be-
round
One,
cut.
two,
Yeah.
three.
Yeah, it would not
four.
be.
I
It would
don't,
not
I
be.
don't think there's like a specific
7.
shape for just a curved.
It would be a
rectangle.
fillet on the
I don't think there's a
outsides.
specific name for that.
4, 5.
What are
6.
you counting?
I'm counting if they came off.
1, 2,
It would be
A squircle.
yes.
You know,
Don't you ever say that word again. That has
He-
made
he
me
looked it up.
violently angry.
okay.
The
That
term
sounds like
squircle
an
is
off-
a mixture of the words square and circle. The difference between the squircle and the rounded rectangle is in the curve. In a rounded rectangle, the lines on the sides are straight until they suddenly curve. In the squircle, there is no point, but the line goes from straight to curve.
I have
All right,
been in
so here's the
engineering
thing.
for roughly
All
10
right,
years.
all right.
I have never heard of a squircle before.
All right. He went into News Voice, so it's over. I mean,
No,
when he-
it's not
yeah,
over.
It's over. He went into News Voice. All right,
Just because something exists doesn't mean it should.
It would actually be, and this is no. Hold on.
Me, every time I hear anything related to American cuisine outside of like burgers.
I'm going to pull out the letters
Keep
on
your
this one.
your
All right. We
snobbish-
got a couple
when
engineers
I think
here.
of that, I think
Odie
like
wants-
fried butter. And
Odie-
junk like
Odie
that.
wants the
That
floor.
disgusting stuff.
hold your hand up so you have the con.
Odie has the con, and Odie's going to use all the letters after his name, and he's going to say it is an irregular hexagon, and that's it.
How would it be a hexagon? There's not.
Yeah,
I think
there's not.
squircle is
It
a
is
funnier
an
word to
irregular-
say.
I
So
like
I'm gonna go
squircle
with that.
better. Yeah, but
Look
Why
at
are you cutting like the extra sides?
here's the
on-
thing: if I'm cutting the corners, they're going to be rounded corners, which will make it an oval.
no, but
Okay.
then you're
Yes.
filleting the corners. You're not cutting the corners. You're putting fillets into them.
But that was assumed. There were assumed fillets.
No,
I
no.
like fillets.
You know what happens when you assume?
Yeah, but we're
I'm
not doing
fine with that. We all do that all the time.
Yes, we do, but not now.
Constantly.
We are talking of shapes, irregular, hexagonal.
Where are you getting the 6 sides, Odie?
Yeah, I just don't.
Because if you chop,
we're only cutting off the corners of the 4.
Yes.
Of the 4, not each corner of each, the corners.
And we're going to round it. We weren't going to go like a straight cut.
Rounded cuts.
No, but then you just sit in your tower.
Yes. Well, my tower is beautiful, but it needs to be power washed just
I'm
a little bit.
I'm loading the
All
cannon
right.
at the top of mine.
All right.
If you fillet the corners, then you've still got a square with radii.
Let's talk about Dune 2, shall we? Cameron and I went to see it last night. You should go see it if you saw Dune 1, because that only makes sense that you go see the sequel.
I'm a shamrock.
Obviously, you like the first one because a lot of people liked the first one and went to see it, and it made a lot of money, so they made the second one. The effects are awesome. The story is good, except for one part. There's a certain character who I never really liked that much anyway. Go home, Johnny. That's all I'm saying. I mean, what are you even there for? I mean, just go home. You negative non-believer, go home. But you should go see the movie, despite her.
Well, I thought that was, I felt like that was a good and kind of necessary.
Hey, Heidi Harris says hello to you.
Hi, Heidi.
She didn't say hi to me. She said hi to you. She's still mad at me about the shrimp.
No, that's because me and Heidi are buds.
Yeah, I know.
Heidi.
I never said that about the shrimp. I'm denying it.
What did Dad do about the shrimp, Heidi?
All right, I probably said it about the shrimp.
Don't call him Daddy.
What did Dad do?
Yeah, I am old.
I said Dad.
No, it's the same thing.
At least he didn't say
no,
Diddy.
it's not.
Hey, Heidi.
It is definitely not.
At least he didn't say Diddy. Because that's what you say. Hey, Diddy. Hey, Diddy.
Hey, Diddy.
Hey, Diddy. How you doing? She said hi to you too, Matthew.
Yeah, but did he or did he not do it?
Yeah, he did it. So anyway, Dune 2, you should go see it. Yeah, I did not.
That sounds about right.
They're really good in butter. I understand. That's not my fault. That's what I heard. I've never ate them before, and
he was merely speculating out loud.
If it served its purpose, the circle of life, which we all could start singing right now if we wanted to, but we get flagged by Germany. Yeah, we get. I don't know why, but Germany would flag us.
On the text line 71307, the fact that you guys are debating the shape of a table means that it is in fact a nerd roundtable. And then they went on to say, this is the nerdiest thing you guys have ever done.
Oh, we can top it. We can definitely top it. I mean, this thing's been on for 9 years,
and we will.
Yeah, and it's continuing because we have a sponsor.
Underestimate our power.
Yes.
Circle of life.
There we go.
The squircle of life.
Yeah, I knew
the
you couldn't.
Squircle of life.
I hate all of you.
All right, Heidi, I'm misremembering all of that. I forget who said that word. All right, let us talk about this. By the way, go see Dune 2. It's really good.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Dune 2.
Yeah, Zendaya needs to stick to Spider-Man though, and I guess she's
yeah. She played an important part in the story. Not everybody. Yeah, is
annoying. That's the part she played. All right.
Really? That annoyed you that much?
I know it did. It really did. I waited till right now to say, do I look serious? Because I am serious.
Which is why I have not gone to see Aquadude #2 because
it's on Max now.
And you know what else is serious?
It doesn't
the break
matter
that we need to take.
Well, we got time for one more thing.
Ooh,
we got time for one more thing.
One more serious thing.
Wendy's did this thing this week.
Yeah.
Where
we're not talking about that.
Yeah, we are.
No, because of what they done.
But they didn't do it. They backed down. So Wendy's was going to do a thing called surge pricing. So they would charge more in certain parts of the day than they would at others to make up money that they weren't making because there weren't as many customers. And then there was an outcry across the universes, across dimensions, across everything. And they said, here's the thing. We didn't mean it the way that you guys took. What we were saying is, there are times when there wasn't as many people there, or when there are more people there, we're going to make it cheaper. That's what we were saying. We was not going to be doing all that.
You know who wouldn't back down?
Who would that be?
Tom Petty.
Yeah, but he's dead. Wendy's is still alive and going. All right, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD. We get back, lightning round, as many stories as we can get to in the last couple minutes of the show.
No tag. Here's News Talk 99 WRD. Boys, got line.
Hey.
Yeah.
Stop being critical.
Here on News Talk 98.9
it's my
WORD,
job.
the voice of the Carolinas.
Hey, stop flexing.
Who's for Juicy Boy?
Is it better than the original? Chris, are you talking about the original that was
Hey,
Which
on
Sting?
TV?
I only say it like
Yeah,
30
Sting was in
times.
there.
Yeah, I like the Sting part. That was about it. Kyle, what's that guy's the main star? He was so weird looking, and it just threw me off. I mean, I can't even remember his name.
Kyle Reese.
No, that would be Terminator. Thank you, Heidi. We try really hard.
Thank you, Heidi.
I try my best to sound the grest that I can.
I am very grest.
She mistyped.
Great.
Yeah.
What? Hey, maybe it's something that they say in Vegas. You don't know.
No?
Could be.
You guys are digressed.
I'm probably going to use that now forever.
That's the grest thing I ever heard.
It is. It is.
The
Heidi, we
grass
love
is-
you.
Yeah, don't be mean to Heidi.
No, Heidi knows we love her. Nothing but love for Heidi.
It was, by the way, Heidi, it was so cool to actually be able to meet you. I wasn't going to go in there because I am introverted and I'm afraid to meet people, but Tim Snow dared me. So I did. No, actually, Tim told me what you guys said, you and
Where'd you
Tara.
meet Heidi?
She was here.
When?
Last year at some point. I don't remember when it was exactly, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see her.
It was earlier on in the day, so you wouldn't have been here yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I remember hearing about that now. Yeah.
I was shaking. Just like now. I'm so scared right now. I'm scared. I'm so scared. I'm scared.
You're scared.
November. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then there was quiet and there was calm and there was
I have hot
deep
hair.
breaths. You have what hair?
Hot hair.
Hot hair. Hot. You're saying hot.
I got hat
Hair.
He said that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for speaking English.
You're in America. You got to speak
Hey
American.
man, nobody understands what you're saying. I did love the new waiter today. The new waiter, he was
Poor
like,
guy, poor guy, man.
new on the job, and he's being shown around, and Odie starts talking, and he just looks like, oh my God, why do I not understand? I'm supposed to understand. I don't get what he's saying. It was
Just the
Where did y'all
dread.
go?
we went down to Quaker Steak.
And I started ordering in Irish English,
Yeah,
and he just looked at me and
he
was
was
like,
talking really fast.
and I
too.
said, do you want me to speak American? And he's like, you can't speak. And then I went straight into it, and he was like, oh.
he went to his Irish Southern accent, which is
No, I
not
went-
Southern Ireland.
I went
It's
Texas.
just Irish Southern.
I went Texas.
Oh, is it Texas? I hear they have a lot of millionaires.
With that
there.
voice, you just sound like you're a 5'5" overall small farmer.
Small farmer.
Is that a small farmer or a farmer that has a small amount of land?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, his now that I think about it, his Southern accent
Well,
sounds like
I'm going to
the farmer
look at
from Dragon Ball Z.
He does sound like the
he
farmer
sounds like the
from
farmer from Dragon Ball Z.
Well, there's
Oh,
only
get
one
my
way.
pea shooter.
There's only one way for us to find out if the people listening to the sound of my voice now know what the farmer in Dragon Ball Z sounds like. Well, then you tell me if I sound like the farmer out of Dragon Ball Z, because
So
I don't know.
What are the odds that in another year or two he actually will have a Southern accent that's convincing? Because he's working on it.
I absolutely loved one of my professors
your
back
son
in
have an
college.
Irish accent?
He was from New York and the Boston area,
Mhm.
and his fake Southern accent was the most stereotypically awful fake Southern accent ever. And he would lean super hard into it whenever he would do it. It was so funny.
There are people who get mad at me because I do it more over on the fan. And as I tell them, my mom and my 12 uncles and aunts and my mama and my papa are all from Kentucky. I'm not trying to sound like South Carolina. I'm sounding like Kentucky because they all still have that accent. And you
Oh,
can,
yeah.
and I may have gotten beaten a few times for making fun of the accent. All right, W has spoken. That means, W has spoken. That means it is time for the lightning round. We squeeze in as many stories as we possibly can in the last 5 or 6 minutes or so. All right, Rings of Power has announced that they are doing season 2 and season 3.
No.
Season 2 is going to come out sometime in
Stop.
this year, which is 2024.
No.
Diabolical, terrible.
Cameron and I liked it.
Horrible.
Odie didn't.
No.
Why?
It's
Again.
Look it. I don't get angry very often. I'm a very cynical man, as you all know, but it is absolutely terrible.
All right, I will say it is beautifully shot.
Cinematography is great.
There
I
we
would
go.
give you
So,
that.
so you found the positive in it.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed when Sauron ended up being Sauron because I didn't want him to be Sauron because everyone said he was Sauron, and I wanted them all to be wrong. Not because I'm a contrarian. I just didn't want him to be Sauron.
Sauron or Sauron?
Exactly. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
He's
You're
going with the
absolutely right.
Gondorian accent.
Season 2. Well, yeah. Or if I went Rohirrim, Odie's the only one that would understand it. So anyway,
well, Rhodey is a Rohirrim.
yeah,
so.
he is. As am I.
Far over. Anyway, yeah.
Frodo of the Nine Fingers. It's from the cartoon.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I'm busy having to deal with a Balrog.
Where did you get 9 fingers?
Well, you shall not pass.
Yes, you shall not pass. All right. Perry White has been cast
As
in Superman, in James Gunn's Superman. He is Wendell Pierce, who was in The Wire and in a couple other things. Black dude, distinguished looking. I think he's going to make a pretty good Perry White as long as he's gruff. You got to be gruff. You can't be Perry White and be gentle. You got to be gruff.
Yeah, Perry's usually pretty gruff.
And
I would have thought that Idris Elba would have done that good.
nah, I don't think, even though he is old enough,
Yeah.
he doesn't look old. And I don't think he wants
Yeah.
to take old parts. Lawrence Fishburne was Perry White in the last couple movies. And I thought he did a good job too. All right. They're making another Karate Kid.
Oh my.
They are. And
is it a
Hi.
reboot or a continuation
No,
of the
it's
series?
Ralph Macchio and somebody else from the original is actually going to show up in it.
So is it an extension of Cobra Kai?
No, it's not. It's a different thing. It's based in New York this time, I think.
New York?
Yes.
Ah.
Let's see. Naked Gun reboot is coming out starring Liam Neeson. Odie,
Aye.
can Liam Neeson be funny?
Liam Neeson can be very funny.
How can Liam Neeson be funny?
What? He made me laugh when I was talking to him. So
He did what to you while you were talking to him?
he made me laugh while I was
Oh,
talking
okay,
to him.
because
Boy, that didn't sound like that at all.
Yeah, there was some. Yeah, I'm just I was
That
embarrassed.
sounds like that was illegal in a couple
yeah,
states.
it's just like, oh no.
You know, only in 4 of them. But
Okay, well, it's
he
hopefully
can
this
be
isn't one
funny.
of
He
them.
was in Love Actually. He was kind of funny in some places. That's my what you call it? What's the film?
Have you heard his Southern accent?
No.
You should watch the movie Next of Kin with Patrick Swayze.
Crazy Swayze.
He was Liam Neeson was a character named Brar.
Okay.
His Brar.
Yes, I have heard his accent. It's
To hear
terrible.
his Southern accent, it's pretty bad. What's up, Dune Bros? It was. Wait a minute. Is that Liam Neeson?
Yeah,
He-
kind of was.
He ain't from Kentucky or
So
wherever
who's
that
going to
was.
play O.J. Simpson's part?
I don't know. And is there a curse involved? We'll find out when we get there. All right, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I'm guessing Cameron and I are the only ones who've seen it.
1977.
I have not seen the trailer. No.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space is coming out with a video game. It's going to be coming out pretty soon. It's going to be on Xbox and some and other things. And it is, you can either be the clowns or you can be the humans.
Send in the clowns.
And you've never seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I have the movie, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
He actually
imagine
just said
imagine playing the clowns.
I could do it.
Yeah. So could I.
I'm gonna turn some folks into carrots.
Yeah. Well, they're not carrots. They're cotton candy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and you hang up the cotton candy and you stick the swirly straw into it.
We're going to go into business and we are going to buy plastic swords and we are going to sell them at events.
Okay.
$15 for a plastic sword at an event. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, they make some money off that sort of thing. All right, video game layoffs are happening all over the place. Matthew, are you worried about the video game industry?
Not like exceptionally so. I mean, like a lot of industries have been seeing layoffs recently and over the last several years, just in general. I don't think it's like a sign of like a massive decrease in what we can expect. But I mean, it's unfortunate to see either way because that's people's jobs.
It is. I hope you're right that it's not a trend. It's just a thing right now. What is your go-to game when you're in between games?
I don't know. I don't really
You don't
have
have
like
one?
a go-to in between. I just kind of jump around to games so often, and then maybe I'll come back to something. But
Cameron, what's your go-to game?
Either Stellaris or used to be Diablo 2 back when I was a kid.
Yeah, mine is
actually, I guess it would be League of Legends because that's something that I can jump back to and play occasionally.
mine Skyrim or Fallout 4. It just depends on if I want to shoot a bow or if I just want to build stuff. And Odie, what's your go-to game?
GTA 5.
There we go. GTA 6 coming out sometime this year.
Yep.
Chris says Star Citizen, which I still have never played. Hard Space Shipbreaker. That sounds cool.
That's a great soundtrack.
Does it? Really? All right. Thank you for listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.99 and 99.100. Pop music is the way to go. Thank you, Heidi. All right, we're going to settle this.
Yeah.
As soon as we're off the stream, we're settling this. Because thank you, Dina Bros. Because it says pop music. It doesn't say pop. It says pop music. Thank you, Chris.
Chris, in answer to your question, yes, he has.
Heidi.
Bye, Heidi.
He definitely does. See you later, Heidi. He has an Irish accent in some of the words that he says, and then some of the words he doesn't.
How's he coming on the bilingual part?
We've settled it down for a small while, for the simple reason that he was confused in both of them.
Gotcha. And his interactions are going to be more with American people, probably.
Yeah.
So
we're waiting until he's a bit older.
Still on the stream. I wanted to bring this up because in my cybersecurity class, I'm reading a book, Cuckoo's Egg, and there is a person in that. This is a nonfiction book named Alonzo.
Yeah,
it is an actual name.
Yeah. Yeah, Alonzo is a name, but I'm the Alonzo. Yeah, here's the thing, Heidi. Yeah. Odie, that's his name. He and I are arguing about it's pop music. It's not just pop. He says pop music, and he's saying he doesn't. And we're getting ready, as soon as we go off the air, which we're getting ready to do right now, we're going to listen to the entire song. And then I'm going to be declared right. We can't do it on the stream because we get flagged by Germany. We got 2 words for you, Germany. All right, so Odie, say goodbye.
Bye, Odie.
Matthew, say see ya.
See ya.
Cameron, say whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
And I will say abiento.
Adios, amigos.